Okay, as I briefed you before also that I'm not a motivational speaker. I just want to share about what I know of God, how He has changed my life. And today, I just want to discuss about that God Himself choose. We don't have any authority to work for Him. He chooses Himself. And today, specifically, we will be talking about Mary's life. Mary's ordinary life, Mary's encounter with angel. God uses people who want to be used, leaving the comfort zone. Let's talk about Mary's ordinary life. We know Mary as mother of Jesus, and mostly we don't. Most of the time, we don't discuss about his life. That what exactly was happening when he was chosen by God. What exactly was happening was that she was a very simple town girl of Galilee. This city was like Nazareth, where she belonged to. And she was engaged with a man named Joseph, maybe family acquaintances. They have their childhood together, and they were happy that they were being now going to be in an adult relationship. And they were all preparing. She was engaged to Joseph, and we are talking about a day in her life as a simple day in which she would get up, do the household chores, maybe cook food, maybe clean the house, and thinking of Joseph as his husband. And small town, so each one of them know each other, and the wedding preparation is going on, and they are going to have a very cherished life. And she was acting normal, everything was normal for her. And then what happened? Her encounter with angel. That's something very strange. If I imagine the scenario for myself, if we create a scene like this, when did it happen? It was the peak time when she was engaged. And if we talk of the culture at that time, it was very much simple. And when you are engaged, you are happy that you're going to be in your adult relationship. And then, in the midst of the routine and readiness of a supernatural moment, shattered everything, shattered the normality of her life. And what she sees is an angel standing before her. The angel appears and says, "Greetings, favored lady," and assured, because she was so scared, that you should not be afraid. You are the chosen one. God has a favor for you, and you are blessed. You would have a son, and you will name him Jesus. Such a powerful and an unexpected message angel gave her. And at that moment, she must have loads of questions in her mind, that what exactly is going to happen? How is it going to happen? I'm a virgin. I'm not yet married. How things will change? She was planning for her wedding that changed to motherhood situation. But what was her reaction to the angel? Her reaction was very much subtle. She said that I acknowledge what you bring to me. Even though she was having a very ordinary life, and then that change of shift forms was from center of attention from everyone, friends, family, everybody will have questions. How did it happen? You are not of good character. What will you do? How will this baby be bring forth whatever news you are saying? But she said, I honor what you say to me. This kind of obedience is looked up by God from us. According to Luke, exactly that I quote, Let it be according to your word. Luke chapter 1, verse 38. God is looking for such obedience from us also, that we should surrender ourselves to any situation God wants us to go through. God uses people who want to be used. Like we were talking in the small group about Esther. She was the chosen one. She was there to change life of Jews. But what was there? Her enthusiasm, her humility. Same. Mary has an enthusiasm. Two characteristics which God loved about Mary were her enthusiasm and humility. She was too much enthusiastic to serve God and too much down to earth person to serve Him. Nothing is great, nothing greater is done without enthusiasm. The word enthusiasm itself says in God. And when you are in God, you are enthusiastic to perform duties which are given to you by God. Humility. She was so humanly down to earth. She said, "Thank you for thinking of your humble servant girl. We are all trophies of God's grace. God has given us everything we need, not because we deserve it, but He desires to bless His people." David says, "I desire for you, God." Paul says, "Our goal is to please God." These should be our goals also, as to serve God, not just by Bible. As we talk of serving God or talking of the purpose of your life, it's not just that we should be biblical. When you move out of your house, you represent yourself as a Christian lady. I have my testimony for this, that my name clearly defines me as a Christian, and He is using me. And I am enthusiastic. I am very much enthusiastic to bear any kind of questions or any kind of, you can say, hardship to serve Him. To serve Him. I want Him to use me. I daily pray to my God that I want to be your servant. Leaving the comfort zone. And when we talk of Mary, she left her comfort zone. She left her house. She left the family. God chooses us when we decide to pay the cost. Many of us, for Mary, it was her reputation. She was known as a good girl, a very godly lady in the family, and the other in-laws family also. She had a very good reputation. But what happened after the angel's encounter? Her reputation was damaged. She paid the cost of her reputation, because you know that Joseph decided to leave her. But then God poured in an angel message that no, it is all that is happening to her is through me. But still, the family, if we talk of their families, they had issues. That's why they had to move, because it was God's plan. There were many questions. She was a virgin but pregnant. She was engaged and not yet married. How can you conceive a baby if you're not married? How are you going to explain this to the community? How? This was very tough questions for her. And till 30 years when Jesus started to perform miracles, they had questions. He was a question mark that how He came without any marriage. So after 30 years, he validated and started performing miracles of his life that he is the one sent by God. This was a serious question for Mary. Now we talk of the comfort zone. How would you feel if you have to leave your family? Jesus was born in Bethlehem. She was from Nazareth. How would you feel to give birth to a child in a foreign country, in a barn, where there is no family around you, there is no medical facility, there is no one to comfort you? But she did her job perfectly. She is a true example of God's obedience. She is a true example of that we should see the bigger picture. When we have discomfort in our life, we have hardships. With God, life is never easy. It's never said that you are going to have a very smooth red bed of roses and there is no one going to harm you, no one going to discomfort you. With God, we have to face all the hardships. No one can be my disciple who doesn't carry his own cross and follow me. We all have to pay the cost to follow him. God plans in our life can be harder, and the plans we have thought so. We planned something, and 2020 has made everything more clear to me. After the pandemic or during the pandemic, we planned on traveling, we planned on having hangouts, we planned on having parties. I will go to Thailand in this month, I will plan for a conference in this month, but everything was shut down. It was his plan. So we planned, but he has a better plan. But this pandemic has taught me to be more into God than into materialistic things. We should plan. I don't say that we should not plan, but we need to have that plan given in God's hand. I want it to be done according to your will. This is a very tough prayer, if we say it. That inside of the heart, we pray for that thing that we should get that, we should get that. But maybe if we surrender ourselves to Him, it can be a bigger and better life ahead. I just want to leave you with this verse, which says, Joshua, this is Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. I have not commanded you, be strong and be courageous. Don't be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you are. Thank you.